Look how far we've come, all the things we've done. Did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view. But there's nothing more, girl, you make my heart beat.
Welcome back, family.
Welcome back, everybody.
We are here doing the thing. Season 3, episode 32 of the To Be Better podcast. Recording this on May 7th. Not going to drop until July. We are half done with the year and then some.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? What's really wild is by the time we get back, by the time this airs, we'll have already gone to Costa Rica for 2 weeks.
Yep.
We'll have already done our June couples retreat.
Yep.
Which, if you're watching, still has slots available.
3.
Yeah. And I'm going to create a discount code for this weekend so that instead of spending $2,000 for the weekend, we're going to just fire sale the spots to make our money back on what we spent on the house and the food.
Okay.
Take a little bit of loss for the weekend, but like try to break even so that we can get those last 3 spots sold. So if you guys are actively in the Patreon and you want to go and couldn't afford the $2,000, make sure that you're paying attention to that, everyone, because I'm only going to post it once.
Yeah.
Iggy said your makeup is phenomenal today.
Oh, thank you. I did some eyeshadow. I wanted to match this little bit of teal that's going on in my necklace. So I did it around my eyes. What are you smirking at?
I like that. I would have, in order for that to be like proper, we would have to take your other necklace off, like your collar, and put it tight.
This is as tight as it goes.
Really?
Yeah. If it was like that.
Perfect.
Yeah. But
we could make that work. If your hair's down, I could totally rig that up. Just a piece of string, fucking zip tie and some duct tape.
Get
Let's
a paper
go.
clip. Oh, so you want to hear something that I've decided?
What'd you decide?
I am going to hang up vines in my car.
In your car?
Yeah.
Like actual plants?
No, not
Just
actual
some fake
plants.
ones?
Yeah, it's going to have to be fake ones. It gets way too hot.
Right, it would kill them. It would boil them.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of tape in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tape? Let's use Velcro. Let's find a way to make that work without destroying the inside of your Bronco. It's your Bronco. Do whatever the fuck you want to do with it, babe. But I'm sure that we can find a better way.
I guess we could. Well, part of me also thinks I'm going to be buried with this car. So.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's yours.
Yeah.
You love that fucking thing. So Bethany asked how you like the side shaves.
Oh, I'm loving it. They're still there. Just hidden today.
Yeah.
I like the breeze on the side of my head. It's nice. I'm really thinking about shaving them down completely and getting some really dope tattoos.
I think so.
But I don't know if I want to do black and white.
Yeah.
If I do black and white, what is it going to be of? It's a lot. I'm also thinking about getting hair extensions. Got a lot going on in my brain. I want my hair to touch the back of my knees.
I don't want that to happen.
No?
Nope, that'd be too much.
Why?
Because
I don't want to be a witch.
you don't need long hair for that. The back of the knees sounds like a whole lot of messy, sweaty, sticky hair during sex, and that just doesn't do it for me.
Would be braided or put up. You wouldn't have to worry about all of that. Okay. It'd also be more for you to grab. So.
I got a lot to grab.
Yeah, I do have thick hair.
Got a lot of thickness. Down with the thickness.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Bye, Felicia asked when your next back appointment is after we get back from Costa Rica.
After Costa Rica, yeah. I want to be able to stand underneath a waterfall in Costa Rica, and I won't be able to do that with a fresh tattoo.
Sierra said, you'll sit down and it'll yank you back. Ask me how I know.
So I've actually gotten in the habit of pulling my hair forward. So I hope that's like in preparation for me sitting down, or like I'll pull it all to one side. It's getting stuck in my armpits. So I'm making sure that it's just in front of me.
It's crazy to think that when I first met you, you had long hair and you cut all that shit off. And it was short, like Carrie short for a while.
Yeah, it was. It was shorter than this when you met me.
It was when I met you. It was still longer though.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
Oh yeah, I had longer hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I chopped it all off.
Yeah. Iggy asked if I ever get a solid idea for a tattoo that's really meaningful to me, and I wanted you to do it. Would that be a thing that we could realistically discuss one day?
Yes. I still need to get back into the chair with the machine in my hands. Life is a lot, but yes, that can be a conversation.
It would be really cool to get everything at the studio and set up and locked away.
Yeah.
So that if we ever wanted to go in there and just do guest like appointments, we could. Jay said that's what I did too. Pushed off all appointments until we get back. I haven't had one in 3 weeks on his back. All right, let's. We don't really have a whole lot of housekeeping, guys, because we literally just recorded and then recorded and recorded. So, I'm gonna. Do you actually have housekeeping?
I want to let them know. We talked about it a little bit on last live.
Okay.
It's not a massive
Your
thing.
sound bowls?
Huh?
Your sound bowls?
Oh, I could talk about that.
Oh, okay, so what was the other thing?
I was going to talk about the vlog that I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to be putting out an extra long vlog, guys. The first half of it is going to be my typical self. And the second half of this vlog is going to be doing, my goodness, is going to be me doing a book reading, kind of. It's about numerology. And we're going to be doing quizzes. We're going to be reading elaborations to understand ourselves better. And I'm just doing the first chapter of this book. And if this is something that you guys are enjoying doing with me, because like I said, we're doing numerology, we're doing math about ourselves. And that's something that you guys would like me to continue doing with my vlogs, let me know in the Discord. Don't comment on the Patreon. I don't read those. All of that's my husband's domain. So any feedback on my vlogs, at me in the Discord. And then what about the singing bowls?
I thought that's what you were going to talk about. Because when we ended the live, you were like, I can totally do that on a live stream. And I was like, you could when we have internet at the house.
So question for you guys being our Discord, our Patreon members.
All right, guys, as you know, there was a TikTok scare. We lost the app for a whole 12 hours, and we have no idea what the future of the app looks like. And with that, we are very concerned about the loss of our following. We have amassed almost 3 million followers across that platform with all 4 of our accounts. And we are trying to push people to other social media platforms so that in the event that anything happens on one app, we have multiple other backup plans. If you want to make sure that you're not missing any content, we highly recommend that you check out our Patreon.
On Patreon, we have multiple tiers to choose from. Starting at $10, you begin to receive exclusive content. At $15 a month, you get access to our private Discord server where we've amassed an absolutely amazing community of supportive people. And beyond that, we have other tiers to check out, along with my 2 private women's group, if that's something you may be interested in.
Guys, on our $15 and higher tier, you have access to live recordings. We record all of our content 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, live in front of our Patreon audience, where they are able to chat with us while we're recording. They get to see all the flirting, the outtakes, the hot topic conversations that never actually make it on the podcast. And it's really worth that aspect in itself. We have an After Dark where we sit down usually once a week and have a glass of bourbon, or in Peach's case, a glass of wine and a bowl of cheese. And we have a whole lot of fun conversations, karaoke in the Discord. We finish the lyrics. We literally just hang out, and you guys get to hang out with us. There is a host of other perks, including Zoom calls that are coming for the ultimate tier, so that if you guys are having problems, you can talk to us. It also gives you the heads up on private meet and greets, because when we travel, we try to meet up with people on our Discord on a regular basis. There's a whole slew of other perks that come through Patreon. I highly recommend that you check it out.
The best way to support what we are doing is to share the content. The second best way is to check out our Patreon. Thank you guys for being here. Once we have internet at home and I'm able to get all of that set up, how would we feel about like Sunday morning sound baths on Patreon?
This is going to be one of those things that's a great idea until you have to do it. You're going to be like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Yeah.
So how about not setting a date, just doing it? And they can watch it on whatever day they feel like they want to watch it on, and it's not an obligation to you.
Okay.
Or just random like live streams of you doing it. That way, like you can let them know ahead of time, like, I'm feeling it this week, guys.
Yeah.
On Saturday morning or Sunday morning or whatever.
Okay.
I just don't want you to get to the point where you're feeling obligated to do something and then you're stressed out because of it.
I understand.
They're about it.
I'm still learning, guys. So I'm not like that one guy on YouTube with 1 million followers who does sound baths with clouds and cats and shit.
I can't do it.
Carrie enjoyed it.
I know. I could hear it through the door, and it wasn't bad through the door because it was dissipated because of the doors. It sounds like tinnitus to me.
Yeah.
Like it is an uncomfortable sound in my brain. So
I can feel it in my body.
Yeah, for people who do ASMR, that like ASMR would probably really fuck with that, like they just said in the chat. Emma said. Okay, so let's get into it. To a thank you. This actually says just a small life story before Greece.
Oh,
so this person's obviously going to Greece with us. So real quick, we need to plug all the things that we need to plug. If you guys are not a member of our Patreon, you need to highly recommend that you guys go in and become a member over there. On the $15 tier, you get access to our Discord. We have an entire community of badass people that support each other, love each other. Like we have a true tribe that's part of that community. All you gotta do is go over there, jump into the ball pit, start talking, and people will start talking back. It is really that simple. Greece is happening in May of 2026. We have a couples retreat still for August in North Carolina that has one slot available as of the time of this recording. My book will drop on August 15th of this year, my second one called You Are Not Broken. So set a reminder for that. It'll go on Amazon. If you would like to buy it ahead of time, you can order a signed copy, but get a PDF so that you can read it before it goes live. And then your book will be dropping December 1st.
Yes. Maybe do a pre-release. I might be working on it 12 hours before I have to get it to the publisher. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
What's the tentatively we're planning for December 1st? That way you have a little bit of wiggle room just in case.
No, December 1st is the day.
Okay.
But like pre-releases, I might be working on it until
Gotcha.
I have to send it for the deadline to get it published and whatnot. So there may be a pre-release. There may not be a pre-release. Just know there will be a book. I have decided on the name of the book.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
Something to do with love.
I love you and you should too.
I hit that eye on Monday when we recorded tonight's episode of Voice of the Broken with what Carrie said the medicine gave her in ceremony. I'm sorry for all the things I did to you when I didn't realize I was you. And he was like, dude, that took my fucking breath away. He was like, I didn't realize how much I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
So
shit's heavy.
Yeah. Ghosty said December 1st is my birthday.
Oh, how exciting.
Jay said, I started You Are Not Broken last night and the intro alone is fire. This is messy intentionally because that's life. Fucking facts. Yeah, the intro, because so you want to talk about like doing something because like you have an idea of how it should be done. The first book was structured. When I decided I was going to write a book, I was like, here's my chapters. I'm going to do 10 of them. I don't care how long they're going to be, but these are the topics. And then I changed them while I was writing them. The second book, I didn't do none of that shit. I was like, what am I feeling today? This topic.
Yeah.
And that was how I wrote the book. And like I had to go in and move stuff. Luckily I had alter ego Chris. He's Chris Waterfall in the chat.
You had a few people you were sending it to.
Well, he was the one that was getting chapters as soon as they were done. Like I would finish it and I would link it to him immediately.
That hurts my feelings a little bit.
Well, you weren't reading the stuff that I was sending you. Like you have life shit happening. So I needed immediate feedback because if something was bad, I needed to change it right away.
Gotcha.
And he was able to do that. So I fucking got Danish said VOTB tonight. I'm stoked. I actually moved the Voice of the Broken to tomorrow. We're not going to release one tonight. I want to see how it does in the morning tomorrow because the Voice of the Broken is not doing the numbers that the rest of our podcast does. And I want to see what that premiere does in the morning. But anyways, I was getting feedback right away to let me know where things were going. And then I got to the point where I was like, I don't even know where the fuck this fits in the book. And he's like, maybe this chapter to this chapter. I'm like, okay. And then I put it through and I would read it. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I just kind of organized it, but it was very, very messy. Very, very messy. All right. So you want to read the email hotness?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Good morning. I write as a 23-year-old woman from Virginia who found your podcast back in 2022 and fell in love with the words and stories you tell from people with real struggles. A little about me and why I'm writing. As previously mentioned, I'm 23, 24 as of June, depending on if and when this is seen. Single, with no divorces and no children. So the question would be, why is this woman with no relationship struggles and no family or marital problems listening to this podcast? I don't think that's the question. I think anybody can gain something from this podcast. It doesn't matter where you are in life.
I agree. I think that people want to put everyone in a box.
Yeah.
And this is a communication relationship podcast based off of the metrics that we had to use to promote it. But it's not. This is about improving your life. It's about being better, hence the to be better. To host, making you be better.
Yeah.
It wasn't just because like I was lazy. Like that too was intentional. But when you realize that there are things in life that you can gain value from and you're open to that and you're not living inside of that box, you're going to have a much better life because of it.
When I found you guys through a TikTok clip, I believe, I instantly was hooked. I don't remember being angered by any of the things you said, but I remember hearing what was said and instantly wanting to know more. I was also going through the hardest transition I had ever experienced. I grew up right in the middle of 7 girls. My mom had 3 of those 7. My dad had me and 2 others. And between the outside parents, my dad took in pretty much all the siblings of his kids. We range from 35 to 15, and we are all extremely close-knit. My dad and stepmom raised us on the ideology of one day we aren't going to be here and you girls will need each other. Now, I don't agree with all my parents' choices or styles of parenting, but no one is perfect on this planet, and fortunately enough, I was graced with a father who gave his entire life to children that he didn't have to raise, but sacrificed everything to give them a life and ideologies to support themselves and others around them, and a stepmother who spends her life in work and at home caring for others. I can't read until you scroll.
Oh. I was like totally zoning out just listening to you read. That's normally I read along with you. I was not reading just now. I was just in it.
Okay.
I have that song stuck in my head. So while you're reading, I'm hearing the beat and I'm just in it.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
I need to have it translated.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Other than ayahuasca. Medicine ayahuasca is the only thing that I understand in the song. I'm not distracted. You're distracted.
When I moved out, I found you guys in the same week. Moving away from home was actually a really tragic experience for me, and I was the only one with a solid, steady income at the time. Many issues were a regular occurrence, and with the support of sisters who already lived outside the home, I moved in with my older sister to start out and start building money back. Fast forward to 2025, I had an entire down payment on a home, sitting and waiting for me to find a good place to start.
That's crazy at 23 years old.
Mm-hmm. I work full-time after I dropped out of college in 2020 and have never looked back. I'm a state-certified apprentice set to be licensed in my field by June of 2025, and I also work another part-time job just to really kill some extra time. I felt I was doing nothing. I wasn't cleaning at home or cooking. Those things were done. I felt I sat at home doing nothing when I could be doing something more for myself. Between both jobs, I worked 6 to 7 days a week with several 15-ish hour work days during the week. I am spread thin, and I'm almost always tired, but I feel like I'm doing so much to be able to do nice things for myself and work more and more towards what I want with my life. In finding you guys, I really felt called to work on me. I looked back on my relationships, both romantic and platonic, and felt there was something wrong. I found I was constantly fighting a victim mentality. I always felt that I was personally being wronged. When I first heard these episodes, I was so angry I took almost 2 weeks before I started listening again. Then Chris said something that sticks by me, and I remember it to this day. He said, "People don't do things to you, they do things in spite of you." I had such a severe lack of accountability for my own actions and downfalls in past interactions, I never saw how much I failed others. Through the dating apps, I should have known, I met a man in October of 2023. I was grieving a terrible loss, trying to get through my sister's wedding and fighting some illness on top of it all. Turned out to just be a really terrible sinus infection, but it did worry my doctor. This man was patient, kind, and never hesitated to treat me with the utmost respect. I thought for sure this would be the one, the man I fell in love with and had my fairy tale love story. My hopes may have been a smidge too high. The first couple of months were amazing. We went on real dates, even if they were brief. We worked around each other's schedules. He worked nights and volunteered most of his time to local fire departments on the other side of my county, and tried to respect each other's times and commitments. Easily, we fell into a schedule. As I had evenings off, he would pick me up for a date night of some sort after I got off of work. We'd go out, we would hang out at my house after, and normally he'd end up staying one night a week. We'd go back right around my bedtime to spend his night off running calls at the firehouse. He was my best friend, my confidant in all things, and I was never afraid around him like I had been with the other men I've dated. Okay, so I want to pause. The way she's laying everything out is fantastic. I love that she's happy, they're doing a thing together. For people listening, there are certain levels, you could say. In my life, there are certain levels that people have to access in order to be considered a friend to me. So if I met a man on a dating app and we've been dating for 4 months, he's not my best friend. He's somebody I'm getting to know. I enjoy being around him. But to be my best friend, I have to know that there's loyalty there. That I know when I'm not in the room, you're going to defend me, all those kinds of things. And you can't get that much out of somebody's character in 4 months.
You can't get it in a situation where you're not around each other all the time. I think that if somebody was to be around each other 24/7 for 4 months, there's a possibility of that happening. Being able to trust and do that. If you were with each other constantly and you were inseparable, I think that it could happen in 4 months. I think it would be hard, but I do think it's possible. I think in this situation though, that's not a thing because they weren't together all the time. She was working nights and he was only around on the weekends. Yeah, or whenever it was.
Continuing, around April of 2024, things started to go downhill. I found we were spending less time together due to life things, and despite my best efforts, we drifted apart. We agreed to end the relationship in May of 2024 and end things amicably so as to not let this hurt or cause more pain. I was heartbroken but understanding. His job is so mentally taxing and emotionally draining on top of his volunteer work that he is so proud of. I didn't want to cause any more unnecessary stress in his life. This lasted a very short time with no contact whatsoever.
Emma in the chat said, yeah, when I first started, I watched the episodes. When I first started watching the episodes, they made me so angry, I'd blocked them. She blocked us.
That's crazy.
Then I met my husband and had to grow up if I wanted a happy ending. I love that. Well, welcome back. Glad you're able to get past your own fucking mental blocks. Sorry, that was funny to me.
Oh, did you let Dakota know about that lady from Home Depot?
I did not. Dakota, when we were at Home Depot, okay, side rail, because we do that. It's been a while since we've done one of these. And this is complete honesty. I am going through major purges in life, just to preface this. Got rid of a car, got rid of my whiskey collection. I'm getting rid of a lot of things.
Got rid of your camera?
Yeah, one of them, right? And like the one that I was dying to have.
Yeah.
A whole lot of things have changed. And in that process, I had contemplated getting rid of Bane. I almost texted Dakota and was like, hey, do you want this dog back?
Yeah.
And we went to Home Depot and we took both of the dogs with us. And while we were there, a woman was like, oh my God, I love your dog. I just lost my dog like a month ago. His name was Big Boy. He was a 165-pound fucking German Shepherd.
Had him for 11 years.
Yep. And she had another dog too that was also a German Shepherd that were trained in Germany that spoke German and like they were really well-trained dogs, according to her. And I gave her Dakota's information so that she could reach out to get a dog trained because she's going to Italy for a couple of weeks and she wants to get a dog when she gets back because she's an old woman who lives by herself. She's got a gun and a dog. That's all she needs.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a dog now. But while we were standing there, somebody else was like, I was like, good job, Bubba. Like listening because that's what I call Bane. He's my Bubba. Mm-hmm. And some dude walking by heard me say that. And he's like, oh my God, your dog's name is Bubba? And I was like, yeah, that's what I call him. And he's like, I just lost my dog 2 weeks ago. His name was Bubba.
He was
like,
a little chihuahua.
You motherfuckers, dude. Like,
yeah.
But so yes, Dakota, we sent an old woman your information. So if somebody says that they met Chris at Home Depot, that was us.
Continuing.
Yep.
A few weeks later, I had finally signed off on a new car. Last one was hanging on by a thread, 380,000 miles, something I'm very proud of. And he reached out to congratulate me as this was something I had talked about constantly and looked around at all the time with his help too. At this point, I'd asked if he'd maybe like to sit down and have a conversation about some unspoken issues with our relationship itself. He was off-put by the idea, but agreed. It was a good conversation where a lot of miscommunications were cleared up. I spent a lot of the relationship asking him to open up to me and trust me a little more emotionally. It felt so hard to talk to him about some things because I felt a lack of emotion in the conversation itself. It was detached, and I saw it as a lack of compassion for the things that I was experiencing. I realized this was not the case. It wasn't that it was a lack of compassion. It's just the minute inconveniences of my day or the small joys of my day mattered little to him. There wasn't enough in it to care about. It all seemed trivial to him when his days are spent handling emergency calls and putting out fires, saving lives. That's kind of fucked up.
Right. He's not somebody that is not emotionally prepared to be with another human being.
Yeah, just because your life is full of danger and daredevil and saving lives doesn't mean that somebody else can't be excited about the fact that Starbucks had their favorite cake pop.
Right.
What?
This is very random.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
I could just see you sending me a text message. Okay. In my head, I got a phone message, like a picture message of you holding a cake pop with babe, they had it. Like, so that's what the giggle was.
I love that you can expect things like that from me.
I don't know what to expect from you. If you're not in the house with me and I get a text message, it's either something super inappropriate, which is always a great time.
Yeah.
Or random off the wall shit.
Yeah.
It's just all there is to that. Like a fucking lizard.
Yeah. Or like Oh, so I used to spread out birdseed in our backyard, and it was one morning before you'd woken up. There was the male and the female cardinals just doing their damn thing. And I took a picture and I sent it to my husband. I was like, the husband and wife are out. Look at them.
You had a whole ass story about them.
I did. There was this bitch, Becky, who kept trying to come in and take him away. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to fucking Becky. How dare you? Back to this. The idea of throwback to the old original podcast. Right? We had a lot of conversations about 50-50 relationships and about how you have to leave enough of your battery or enough filled in your cup that you can charge your person. If you go 100% at work and come home and you've got nothing left to give your family, you're not going to have a successful marriage.
Right. You shouldn't be in a relationship.
Right. You need to give like 60% and then stop so that you've got 40% still for your family when you come home at night, and make sure that you never really kill your battery completely. And that was a very big conversation for months on our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds to me like this dude gave everything he had to his job and wasn't willing to give to anyone else because it didn't matter to him. When you prioritize things, you make sure that you have enough for your person.
Yes.
And when you make sure you have enough for your person and they're doing the same for you, you guys are able to fill each other's cups and recharge and live your life in a meaningful, happy way.
Mm-hmm.
I would be super fucking excited for your taste buds if I got a cake pop picture from you from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, babe. I love that for you. It would be like me finding the perfect brownie. You know how I am about that shit. You'd be super stoked. Like
Yeah.
you'd be happy as fuck that I'm happy as fuck that I found a brownie. Like that matters.
It does. It felt like a slap to the face. How could I not see how my difficult customer in my job field complaining about the cost of product that I had no control over, or helping a toddler see better obviously didn't matter as much to him as the man he pulled out of a truck flipped over on the interstate, or the house fire that took hours to put out. It wasn't that he wasn't compassionate about my feelings mattered, but the reason I felt them was so minimal in his daily life.
So it was her problem. I think it was a both of them problem, but sounds like this. She's realizing that the things that he dealt with were so grave, and the things that were not really that important. Like she said, she has no control over the price of things.
Right. I felt selfish and like I was not the supportive woman I had tried so hard to be. I went back, started the podcast over, and told myself I had to know more to be a better woman for this man. Okay, so I want to take a second and let you guys know that some people aren't meant to receive the best version of you. I saw a comment on the Good Wives TikTok yesterday of a woman pretty much blaming us for the fact like this doesn't work in emotionally abusive relationships. The only reason I followed the Good Wives was to be a better woman for my husband, and he still beats me. Like, it should go without saying that you don't go above and beyond to love somebody who is okay with hurting you. Right? So one way that I'm perceiving this email is that this man, and this might not be accurate, views your life as insignificant compared to his because of what he chooses to do with his careers. He's saving people, he's putting out fires and all these other kinds of things. And because he thinks so highly of what he does, what you do is insurmountable because you had a customer bitch at you today at over a $5 avocado. I saved a man's life. Get over it, whatever. That's toxic.
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. You have to hold space for each other.
Right.
I can't believe somebody actually said that on TikTok.
Yeah.
I see things like that, and it takes everything I have not to be nasty to those people.
Yeah.
Because when I see those things, my reaction is to make a response.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that you're miserable, Brenda. Your husband beats you. Maybe you should fucking leave him instead of getting on the internet and trying to disrupt the peace that other people have a 90% healthy relationship that's trying to fix the 10%, where you have a 10% relationship that's fucked up 90% of the time that you shouldn't be in. But then you're victim blaming or shaming and like you're a bad guy for doing that. The reality is, bitch, you live in the situation that you put yourself in and you're refusing to leave. Why would you want to be a better man, a better woman for a man who's putting his fucking hands on you?
Right. Continuing.
Yep.
I read the 5 love languages, made notes, and talked on and on about this book for weeks. I wanted him to see how much I loved this man and made it as vocal as I could. I started cooking dinner for him and running it to his work in the evenings to at least make sure he had one home-cooked meal every couple of days. Or I'd wait until he was off and cook extra so he'd have a couple of days of leftovers. I encouraged him to bring his laundry to me from the firehouse so I could wash and fold them. This continued through the summer. We drifted apart again through the fall after an eye procedure he had to have. I started a second job to fill the empty time at home rather than trying and failing again and again to find time around his schedule and mine to see him. I admit I gave up. I felt unwanted and unloved. He stopped coming around, we stopped going out, and we hadn't seen each other in weeks. I would move on from this guy.
I would too.
Yeah, I would stop trying to pour into a cup that's purposely poking holes in it because they don't want to taste my water.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What?
Well, your fucking metaphors over there. The not having space for me is enough.
Yeah.
That whole thing about how his day is more important than mine and not being excited for me, like that would have been enough for me to realize that this isn't the one.
I applied to my second job and was hired in late October. By December of 2024, I just gave him his Christmas gifts early, and I told him to take care of himself. I would have returned those Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stopped going out and hadn't seen each other in weeks. Got hired in late October. By December, so it's been months at this point. Yeah, I'm getting my money back and I'm going to Taco Bell.
This is why, for those of you who've watched Demolition Man, if you want to know why Taco Bell wins the fucking franchise war and becomes the only franchise restaurant that serves the little meals with pills,
yeah,
it's because of Peaches and her Taco Bell edition.
It's so good. All right, continuing. Told him to take care of himself, and if he ever needed someone, he could always reach out. Why?
To be the bigger person. I actually think that that's the right move because she's not putting herself in a position that she's doing a disservice to her energy.
Yeah.
Or her soul and putting bad karma out there. Like she did the right thing.
Yeah.
The petty in me wants to be like, fuck you. Right. But like, that is the move or even nothing at all.
I wouldn't say fuck you. I would not say you can always reach out to me.
No.
You've lost that access to me by choosing to ignore the relationship that we could have had. So no, you can't reach out to me anymore. I'm not going to wish you any ill intent, but you're not going to call me at 5 o'clock on a Saturday and say, hey, I need help moving.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and be your emotional release after you've had a hard day, after you made me feel like my life is completely insignificant because you're a daredevil.
Dean just says it depends on the version you watch. Some country was Pizza Hut, wasn't it? I don't think that's accurate. I've never seen that, and now I need to know. Can somebody fact check that and see if there was a version of Demolition Man where Pizza Hut was the surviving franchise?
If he ever needed someone, he could always reach out. Needless to say, I was hurt, lost, and fighting a lot of mental health issues. I felt like I had failed. I have spent all the time since then working and healing. I realized my faults in this were the idea of the woman I badly wanted to be was not the woman I was. I was delusional. My attitude towards his work and volunteer work was shitty. I would throw temper tantrums under the guise of just wanting to spend time with him. I called out for connection when I wasn't engaging in connection with him, and I have since apologized and let this go. I realize my actions and words have pushed this man away, and it was my fault. In February of 2025, I was diagnosed temporarily. That changed my entire temporary. I had a diagnosis temporary that changed my entire perspective. In the entirety of the fall, when we were distancing from each other, he had been sleeping with other people. This made me feel like so much more of a failure. I had pushed him away and right into the arms of someone else. I accepted my own fault in this. Again, I had failed. I received treatment, cut contact with this man, and am now back through almost the entirety of season 2 of the podcast. The next man I choose to have a relationship with will be someone who sees a future with me and loves and adores me as much as I love and adore them. I had pushed him away and right into the arms of someone else. I think that is a way to demonize yourself. You can't make anybody do anything. He chose to go to be with somebody else to seek comfort elsewhere. You did not push him to do anything. He made his own life choices to make himself feel better. I don't think people should take on the jail sentence, you could say, from something that they shouldn't be.
Right. Lorna said in some international releases of the movie Demolition Man, references to Taco Bell were replaced with Pizza Hut, particularly in the European market. I had no idea. And I love that movie. The more you know. I'm gonna have to find the European version of Demolition Man now and watch it.
Okay.
Because they give little tiny pizzas. Because you still had a little bit of food on the plate, and then all those pills.
Today, April 16th of 2025, I set a plan into motion. I will be joining you all in Greece in 2026.
Love that.
Love it.
I know, Bubba. You think it's playtime. I do that to him when he fetches.
Yeah.
He comes running quick.
I don't think you should do that when you play catch with him.
Why?
Because if that's going to be like our daily joy noises.
He's happy about it.
Right.
His tail's fucking going right now.
Yeah, but he's also an elephant.
He's a big old dog.
Did you not see? I walked into our house after dropping the children off at school, and I had my purse in one hand. I've gotten so used to calamity and chaos around my legs that I just stopped moving.
Yeah.
If I'm not in motion, I can't fall, right?
You think that.
Right. But did you not witness this morning him coming barreling at me and then kicking his own feet out from under him and running straight into something that was sitting against the wall? He doesn't just get excited.
Yeah, he's dumb.
He loses complete control over his body.
He's dumb. He's so fucking doopy.
He is. Continuing, I am so excited to meet you both in person and hear so much more of what I can learn from you both. I'm doing this for me, and I am so excited to see where the next year takes you both, as well as myself. My friends don't understand and worry for my safety traveling out of the country alone.
That we heard that so much.
Yeah.
In Thailand. Like, we heard it from Lily, we heard it from Krista, we heard it from Taylor.
Yeah.
And Lorna.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Lorna was the other one.
Yeah, her family was very concerned. You're not, I mean, the transportation, you're doing that alone, but you're not going to be alone in Greece. I'll catch a charge in a foreign country if someone tries to mess with us. Let's go. Call Trump. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Continuing, I have told them all that I have told them all that as afraid as I am, that the people in this community look after each other and respect one another. You all have been a shoulder to lean on, voices in the many, many hours I've spent alone, and have been my company to and from work for several years now. This is my thank you from one woman 1,000 miles away. You all changed me, show me I can be independent until I meet someone worthy of being interdependent with. You all pulled me out of this fuck men mindset. You all showed me what a traditional relationship and marriage is possible, and so much more rewarding than anything I could ever imagine. You brought my standards out of hell and showed me that the bare minimum is just that, the bare minimum. Chris's love for Peach is so rewarding and heartwarming. Peach's love for Chris is what I learn from each and every single morning and evening. Thank you, future Greece attendee.
I love that.
I'm so excited.
Greece
I can't wait to meet you in
fun.
person. Oh my gosh.
Would you have thought 3 years ago that we'd be traveling internationally with people?
No, I thought I was going to be a tattoo artist and complaining about my job after 9 p.m.
4 p.m. Because that's what it's become.
What do you mean?
Jeff told me that by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, nobody wants to do anything anymore. Like, all they do is bitch and complain after 4 o'clock. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane.
He said that he's had to remind them several times that this was their dream job at one point.
Yeah, y'all aren't working as serfs.
Right. And just because you're not doing the things that you want to do when you're tattooing doesn't mean that you're still not doing your dream job.
That's wild to me.
Tattoo artists are a lot. The idea of us going and traveling the world and being able to spend time with the community that we've built is exciting. It's very, it's insane. It's fucking insane. Like, most people don't get to go on vacations like that, period.
Right.
And we're out here going on vacations and having upwards of 25 people coming with us and just fucking
debauchery.
Right. I feel like a famous like mogul that's rolling up with an entourage. Right? Like,
yeah.
Spring Allison said, praying there's a spot once I get moved. I think there will be. I think we're sitting on like 12 or 13 spots left.
We're half sold out.
Yeah. I can actually check real quick. Zenergy said, I love tattooing so much I can't imagine being bitter about being able to do my dream job, especially since I lost the ability, would never take it for granted. You have no fucking idea how miserable tattoo artists are now.
Fucking divas.
And it's crazy because we treat our tattoo artists really fucking fucking well. Like we buy their inks. We pay for almost everything that they need to do their job. They get a really good split.
Yeah, they're like the Mariah Careys
And they only
of the
work 4 days
tattoo
a week.
industry. Yeah.
We have 13 confirmed spots. So
We have 11
we have 11
spots
left. Yeah, holy shit. 11 left. Buff Bell said better be 2 spots left after Costa Rica or I'll cry. I'm willing to bet that Costa Rica books out those other 11 spots.
It happened while we were in Thailand.
Right.
People were booking for Costa Rica and Thailand.
Yep. Bell, if you guys want, well, I'll message you after the thing. I'll put it in the group chat. There's no reason for me to get in all that. I also would like to see if Jenny wants to go. I'd be willing to pay for her to go to Costa Rica with us.
You mean Greece?
Greece.
Janae?
Janae. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know
I
how
thought
much
about that the other
I know
day.
how much that would mean to you.
I meant to message her and be like, so did you put any thought into going to Greece if we paid for it?
Yeah.
I totally forgot to do so.
She'd have to pay for her flight.
Yeah.
And pay for the trip. All right. This first email that we're doing to actually help people is called, wait, why are people saying yes, Carrington? What happened? Did I miss something? Somebody getting married or something? Oh, here we go. Guys, I just got a new job offer and I can officially say I have accomplished my goal of making 6 figures before 25. I'm so excited. I've worked so hard to get where I'm at. Fucking get some.
Oh!
That's a huge...
How do you do that? Right, but is that coming from like your throat?
I don't know. Just doing it. I've heard it enough that I'm able to replicate it.
Oh! He's like, bitch. What is all this noise happening in my house? I'm trying to take a nap.
You know that song Wild Wild Woman that Ashley
Yeah.
sings? He will howl through that entire
Yeah.
thing. Yep. And there's another one that's on the playlist too.
Yeah. He's a singer.
All right, Bubba, that's enough. Get on your bed. He's like, but Dad, you're excited and I want to be excited too.
You did the ooh. How do you do it again? Ooh. Oh, that hurts my chest.
I know.
Ooh. Ooh. A-I-O-U.
All right.
Oh. Oh, my chest hurts. There's something going on with my pericardium, guys. I know.
Lindsay said, how many of us just tried that sound?
That's funny. Upper chest and throat. I have to do yoga, maybe. Loosen up.
Throat yoga. Stretch that shit right out. All right. So the first email that we're doing is called advice.
You're going to give me a stroke.
I'll give you a lot of strokes.
Oh my God. All right, into the email called advice. I am a 32-year-old male and she is 25. How do I navigate a relationship where it's in my natural tendency to step into the leader role of the relationship, given my few extra years of experience with a partner who almost aggressively opposes the very idea of allowing that to happen?
You're with the wrong person.
You are with the wrong person.
This is before we go any further, this is the courting questionnaire. If you are a man who wants to lead, protect, provide, and have that in your house, you're not going to find a woman who claims to be an independent woman and to just fall into that role. She's going to fight you every step of the way. Well, I can do the same thing you can. I'm a strong woman.
I think it should be done this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Compatibility matters.
Yes.
Compatibility matters. It matters so much, guys.
You want to be with somebody who is okay with you taking the back roads versus the highway because you're getting to the same destination versus my way is the right way. What you're doing is wrong.
I like them back roads.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we're on a new road, I'm like, I've never driven on this road before.
Yeah, and I like to look at things with you. Continuing, I can't tell you how many times she's opened up about issues and struggles she's going through, and I'm able to offer her the exact guidance and advice and solutions to navigate through whatever it is. She goes to great lengths to not even allow me to speak or have the conversations because hearing me out and her doing the thing which I explained would be the solution would mean she's doing what I said in a sense and thus being controlled by me.
This is not a relationship I would be in.
Oh, she needs therapy.
Well, she's the program society.
Yeah.
Don't mansplain. I don't need you to
Right.
tell me how to live my fucking life. Like, we're a partnership now, babe.
I love it when you think for me.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
I know the outcome. I can solve this Rubik's Cube. Doesn't matter who does the solving. It's solved.
Right. Like I said, I love it when you think for me. If you have a solution that I wouldn't have come to for 6 months and you think of it in 5 minutes, oh, saving me brain power and you're sexy while doing it.
That's
Let's
funny.
go. Continuing, all the trauma and walls she has up inside her won't allow that at any cost. Almost every time this is played out, some other random person in her life will tell her the same thing I did long before, but suddenly she is so understanding and on board with the great advice that clicked so well in her head. Meanwhile, I've had to silently sit and just watch her struggle because she won't allow me to be the one that can help her. She also has BPD, so that affects her perception of my intention heavily, which keeps a divide between us. How can I help her see that I never had bad intentions for her? If she could just trust that and trust that I only have her best interests in mind.
So before we go any further than that, this shows that she doesn't trust you.
Right. She's looking for reasons to go against you because if other people in her life are saying the exact same thing that you're saying, it's literally she has an issue with you. I couldn't live like that.
I couldn't either. I understand needing to hear something a few times from a few different ways and then forget it and then think of it yourself to make it feel like it was your idea. Right? Because everybody wants to be the one to solve their own problems and to figure things out because it feels good. It's a dopamine hit when you figure out your shit. But there's something to be said about, hey, this is the solution to the problem. And then you go, no, fuck you, I don't want to hear that. And then your best friend saying the exact same thing. And then you listen to your best friend, but not your partner.
Yeah. Knowing that she has BPD, I'm taking that as borderline personality disorder. She needs therapy. Continuing, I want her to start to see that I am in fact not trying to be her parent, as she often says when I try to nudge her in the direction of what will help her best. I simply want nothing more than to see her become the best version of herself that she can be.
Hold on. She's got an issue with this age gap.
Yeah, it's what, 7 years?
Yeah. Yeah, 7 years. I just scrolled up and looked. It's exactly 7 years. She's got an issue with the age gap. She thinks that because he's got life experience, the things that he's trying to tell her is like trying to
make her feel stupid.
Right. Or to be above her somehow.
Yeah. Crazy. I simply want nothing more than to see her become the best version of herself that she can be. I'm not out to gain control over her or get something from her, as a childhood of being raised by narcissists has taught her is the norm. Is it possible that I am too overbearing in my consistent expression that there's always improvements to be made and we should always be striving to be better as individuals and as a couple?
Okay, so before we move on, we don't know if you're overbearing because we can't see the conversations. The rest of that statement though, that there's always improvements to be made and that we should always be striving to be better individuals and as a couple. Yes, definitively. That's growth as a person. It's growth in spiritually, like that's growth. And that's supposed to happen until the day you die. At 32 and 25, that's not something you should be asking yourself. How you deliver that could be overbearing. We have no idea because we can't see the conversations that you're having. Knowing that she was raised by narcissistic parents, if that's true, and she's used to dealing with narcissists, she might view you as one in the way that you're trying to do things because you're trying to dictate the outcome of her life. You're right. It sounds like this chick needs therapy. Again, this is fucking very short email. We have no idea what's actually going on there, but.
Continuing, should I let things for her progress progress in the very slow pace that they tend to and not give her advice or guidance where I think she could benefit from it and simply let her learn these lessons on her own? I would. You're only going to bite my hand so many times to where I'm just going to sit back and wait.
Yeah. What do you think that's going to do to a relationship?
I mean, with her in the mindset that she's in, she might start to feel disconnected. Like there's a lack of attention happening. But she also doesn't like the attention being given. So with her borderline, I think it's definitely going to make things messier.
I think it would create splitting and abandonment.
Yeah. But I'm also not willing to go above and beyond for somebody in a relationship who is actively not trying to grow and cope and are okay with lashing out at me and making me feel like a piece of shit.
Yep, I think that if he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Because in this situation, damned if you do, damned if you don't, however you want to word that. Yeah. In this situation, him giving advice and trying to be helpful is seen as overbearing.
Or narcissistic.
Right. And then if he doesn't do it, he's going to seem like he doesn't care. And he's like disconnected from the relationship. And at that point, her argument's going to shift to a different extreme.
Yeah.
And there's not a win in this for him. The only way that this would work is if he gives enough information to feel like he's still contributing and then stopping so that she can figure this shit out on her own. The rest of their relationship could be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Right. This could just be one hang up in that he's having a hard time figuring out what it is that she needs. And maybe the answer to this is, do you need me to problem solve or do you just need to vent? Because if you just need to vent, I'm not going to give you solutions. If you're looking to problem solve, I can help you. But that's, that should be doing anyways. Anytime your person brings something to you, if you start to give solutions to the problem, and you can tell that they're starting to get animated or they're not happy with what's happening, you're going the wrong route.
Yeah.
And until you guys learn your person inside and out, you're not going to know that until it's too late.
Yeah.
So the conversations from those people need to be started with, I just need to vent, or I need help. And then blah, 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 because then your person's not guessing what it is that you need. I do that. I vent and then I'm like, I'm just venting.
Mm-hmm. I can tell.
Yeah. Is there a difference between me trying to problem solve with you and me just talking out my shit? Because I do need to hear myself to problem solve. I've got too much going on in my head that I can't just think about it.
Yeah, I've gotten to a point to where I know when to be present in the conversation and when I can start zoning out because you're just talking.
That's funny.
I don't mean that in a shitty way.
I didn't take it shitty at all.
Good.
That's just that's love though.
Yeah, I mean, there's times where you could talk for like 4 hours on end.
But you're still holding space for me.
Yeah. I'm engaged in the conversation. I'm just not putting all my brain power into problem solving.
Right.
I couldn't even begin to tell you how I know the difference.
Oh, it's because we know each other.
I know the difference between you need active like participation conversation to problem solve and you're just talking. Even if those areas of improvement matter so much right now because we have a 3-year-old whose development won't wait for us as parents to figure our shit out. It matters so much now to get our shit together and start to understand ourselves and improve ourselves the best that we can for our daughter's sake. Sorry for the wall of text, but thank you sincerely if you take the time to read those.
If she actually has borderline and she's doing nothing to take care of her borderline, that's the biggest problem in this entire email.
Yes.
I get so sick and tired of people saying that I have this or I've been diagnosed or I'm undiagnosed, but I believe. If you think that you've got these things, you need to be doing the work.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing the work, you're using that label as a crutch to be a shitty human being.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi said we really should preface this with I'm venting, though as a good standard practice. Otherwise, it sounds like something else I need to do. There you go. Emma said it used to annoy me, like, stop trying to fix this. Now I expect it. If you're talking to a man, that's our fucking job.
Right.
We want your life to be as smooth and easy as possible. So if you come to us with something, we are going to do everything that we can to fix that problem. Even if it's not really a problem. Mm-hmm. But if you're like, hey, I just need to vent. Like you said, I can disassociate.
Yeah.
And be kind of a part of the conversation. I don't need to hear every single syllable.
You can keep playing your magic game.
Right.
If I start to become a little elevated emotionally, they're like, yeah, fuck that guy. Thank you. That's what I needed. I am also somebody who will start talking and then pause mid-sentence and be like, I'm just bitching right now.
Yeah.
And then I'll keep going. He'd be like, yes, thank you. I was waiting for that clarification.
Jenna said, vent, vault, or consult. Venting is just getting it out. Vaulting is sharing in-depth personal feelings, and consulting is seeking insight or seeing insight. Conversation, the preface of the conversation really matters. All right, next email, babe, is called Hello from New York.
Hey, Chris and Peaches. I know you guys read emails, and I'm sure you get so many of them. But even if you don't get to this one anytime soon, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to read it. First off, I love what both of you are doing for people and couples everywhere. You two are an amazing pair, and I can see, after watching many videos, that it isn't just the product of you two being compatible. It's built on years of work. Work that I know was not just within each other, but on your own as individuals, which I applaud and admire.
Thank you for that.
I don't think anybody's ever said that to us.
I don't either, but it feels good, doesn't it?
That does feel really good because our relationship has been tailored with a fucking pair of tweezers.
It's been a lot of work.
Yeah. I
get so sick of you guys are so lucky. Like, that shit drives me up the fucking wall, man.
It negates all of the work we put into what we have. Continuing, you two just talking about your relationship with all of its trials and obstacles has helped me see what a supportive relationship is supposed to look like. Some of the things you've discussed helped me and my ex get through a lot, but sadly the relationship ended a while ago. I'm a 37-year-old man and I've completely lost all direction, not that there was much before. Even as I write this, I struggle through the intense episodes of rage and tears. I was diagnosed with BPD at a young age, and as medication wasn't a route that offered any positive effects, I've had to do so much. I've had to do so much to keep my emotions in check to not lash out at others. Raw dogging borderline is not fun.
It's not, but it gets easier.
It does get easier.
At 37 years old, that shit should be tapering down for you unless you're still living in the situation where you're being triggered.
Yes. Not the situation that traumatized you, but situations that are still triggering you.
Right. But see, that comes down to understanding your triggers. When you realize like borderline stems from trauma, most of the time it stems from narcissistic parents. Like that's proven.
Mm-hmm.
But having that and knowing that that's a thing, understanding why you're triggered the way that you are can allow you to start working on your triggers and changing the way that you respond to things.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a couple of things with BPD that really help, and that's cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectic behavioral therapy, and for some people, microdosing.
Yeah. Microdosing has done wonders for my mental illnesses. That and ayahuasca. Continuing, but now I fear that all of the work was only a pivot to lashing out at myself. Lashing out because I'm too afraid to step out of my comfort zone, for lack of a better word, because I'm miserable here. To go after the life I deserve, or at the least won't be so crushed by on a daily basis. I do have dreams, but I fear that it is too late and I'll just live a life of regret and become the miserable old fuck my father never wanted me to be. He is an amazing father and my best friend, and he's always been there for me.
All right, I have to jump in here.
About to say, babe, do you want to talk about your dreams coming true at the age of 40?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go with that. So first of all, you being afraid to fail, as you put it, for lack of a better word, because I'm miserable here, afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone, you're already miserable and you're failing. Do you want to be where you are right now at 60? Because this sucks for you. I was 30 when I opened my first business. It took me 15 years to get to the point where like that business is able to run itself and I can collect mailbox money. Mm-hmm. We started this podcast. I was 40, 41, because I just turned 44. So I was 41 when we started the podcast. This is not like a lifelong dedication to this. I understood photography and did video work and tried to do podcasts in the past, and it failed. Like we had to find the right formula to make it work. But I don't give a fuck if I was 60. If I want to do something and I think it's going to improve my life, I'm going to fucking do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fail and be right where you are. You're already fucking there.
Right.
So what's the worst that could happen? You could fucking improve your life. Like, it sounds like a great worst case scenario to me, because no change is no change.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I get a hair up my ass. I want to do this. And I do it. Because at least I can say I did the shit. Most people can't say that.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid of losing or failing because I've already been a loser and I've already failed a lot in life.
The difference is you are who you are now and not who you were back then.
Right, because I continued to I believed in me.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody else is going to do that. And like, it doesn't matter if you have, the startup. It doesn't matter if you've got a bunch of money in the bank. It doesn't matter what you have. When I started the tattoo shop, we opened, I had nothing. And it took me years to save up the money to fucking get to the position. And I was not responsible with my money. So it wasn't even like I had a bunch of money sitting around. I took the money that I was making and bought my equipment and put that shit in a spare bedroom in my house in the boxes still and let it sit there until I was ready to go. Because I knew that if I had $20,000 in the bank, I'm gonna go buy a new watch. I'm gonna go get a new car. I'm gonna go get a new system in the car that I just bought. And I'm gonna be fucking broke in 2 days. I know that. Mm-hmm. So I did the things necessary to set myself up for success, and I fucking went after it. And then when I opened the shop, I worked my ass off. 8 months with no days off. I was fucking at the shop until 3 o'clock in the morning. I was back there at 7 a.m. There were nights that I slept in the studio.
Yeah.
You're going to do the things that you need to fucking do to get to where you want to go if you really want to be there. And if you don't really want to be there and you have the dream to do the thing and you don't have the work ethic behind it, you're going to always be that what if guy. You're going to die one day and you're going to be laying on your bed and you're like, man, I had all these opportunities and I fucking squandered them. Really wasted this. So much for this life thing.
It took one decision in your life for all of this to happen. Our marriage, the podcast.
Yep.
Us traveling, you becoming a stepfather to the kids. It's one of our son's favorite things to walk up to you and be like, bye, Pops. I hope you have a good day.
Yep. Made it a point to really start telling him I love him a lot more. Jay said, amen, dude. Practically what I texted you yesterday, going out and trusting myself with guidance from trusted friends and mentors. If it fails, I keep working. That's it. Failing is quitting. Failing is not doing. And it's also important that it's not who you know, or it's not what you know, it's who you know. That is very real in a lot of this. Sometimes it's not about having all of the resources. Sometimes it really does coming down to somebody seeing what you're trying to do and giving you a good piece of advice, or like, hey, come check out this person, or let me connect you with this guy that I know is doing the thing that you're trying to do and see if we can make connections. Don't use people to get those connections. Don't use people for their audience. Don't use people for their networks. Create loving friendships and expect that.
And anything outside of that is a bonus.
Is a bonus, right? Every single person that has come into our life that has tried to get our audience or has tried to use us for their platform or any type of falsity that is not a true friendship has seen their way out.
Yeah.
And it happens quick.
And it's not even a nasty ending.
They just fade off. It's like a skin tag. It just, when it's got the little
peters out.
Gone. Little skin.
Yeah.
Dangle, and it falls off. Jay said, I would have never thought about something as simple as fucking cursive. He sent me a logo for what he's trying to create. And he's like, what do you think about this? And I was like, I think it's a very soft, elegant logo, but a lot of people can't read cursive anymore. So you having a cursive font on your logo is going to make a lot of people not be able to read your name. And he's
That's
like,
insane to me.
Right. But most people don't think about that. Here's another thing. You know that when you are looking for a physical location, visibility from the road matters.
Yes.
And when I got Sacred Rights, nobody thought that building was going to make it. Everybody was like, and we've been in the same spot for 15 years. October will be 15 years. Everybody's like, this is the dead zone of Northport. Like, cause we were not technically in Northport or Port Charlotte. It was a dead zone. And at the time there was nothing. There was that hair salon on 41 and there was nothing else in there. And I had to have that building, and people are like, you're out of your fucking mind. Nobody comes out here. And I was like, I have an access road and I can park a car right there with a banner on it. And everyone that drives to and from Northport and Port Charlotte, or Venice to Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda to Northport, is going to see my car out there with a fucking banner on it. And it is going to set us apart from everybody else in the tattoo world, like in this area. And people are like, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. I made sure that my sign wasn't covered. There was no trees blocking the sign. So my marquee was big and my car was visible. So doing something as simple as scouting locations and passing on the locations that don't fit what you think is going to work goes a long fucking way for business. And I know I had a friend who is a pilot. He does commercial. He used to do commercial. He flies for. He's a private airline jet flyer now, however you want to word that. He's also an author who writes post-apocalyptic prepper books. But he flies the head honcho of Verizon, the guy who owns the most franchise Verizon stores in the world, and flies him all over the world whenever he wants to go somewhere. And he's like, I've gone with this guy, and he's gone to look at locations where he's got deep pockets and can do whatever the fuck he wants and will walk away because there is a tree branch covering the sign. It doesn't take much, but you have to be aware of the details if you want to be successful in business. Yep. Anyways.
Continue.
In tangent.
Okay.
Bracket / in rant bracket.
I've been stuck in this cycle of having to work shit jobs that I'm overqualified for, start slacking, losing motivation, and then losing that job, usually to drinking or drugs, before I can get the counseling / therapy that I need and end up unemployed, taking a job I hate even more than the last. That's
because of the way you're viewing things.
I was about to say, do you see the cycle you're putting yourself into?
Yep.
The time to fix the problem is not when the world's crashing around you. It's when you recognize that it's a problem. Just in that paragraph, that's not even the whole paragraph. You said you work a job that you hate, you think you're overqualified for, you start slacking at the job because you think it's beneath you, you lose motivation, turn to drinking or drugs, and then lose that job. And it happens, quote, before I can get the counseling / therapy that I need and end up unemployed. So if that is something you're able to get because you're working through whatever you're working, like for your job, they're offering mental health therapy, you take that the day you start. Walking in on my first day, saying hello to my new boss manager, what's the rundown of things? Also, what's the link for me to be able to see a therapist or a counselor?
Right, it's something you guys offer right away.
Right. And then, no, you were sitting up to say something.
No, I was just sitting up.
Okay. I don't remember where I was going. You sat up and I just stopped thinking because I thought you were going to start talking.
I was just sitting up.
Okay.
I don't have my chair locked. and I'm moving the way that I'm moving back and forth because I'm trying to find positions that doesn't hurt me to sit in. And I can find a spot that's like not bad for 10 or 15 minutes and then it starts to cramp and I have to move. So that sitting up quickly was because my ass is starting to cramp.
Gotcha.
But since we've paused, if you're overqualified for a job, it means the job should be really fucking easy to do. Why would you hate that? You can make decent money doing something that's really easy. Why not take the money? I don't know. Just a thought.
All the while not being a suitable partner for any woman, causing the loneliness to be almost unbearable, especially with all of the trappings of my diagnosis.
So you're using your diagnosis as a way to be a victim. I've never once done that. Never once in my life have been like, well, you just have to accept it because I have borderline, or I can't because I have borderline. I don't believe in that. I have this thing. I have a name for it. I know what it is. And that gives me the opportunity to work on me.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life where I wasn't working on me and allowed my borderline to just be a thing. And you can love me or hate me. This is who I am, because I didn't realize that I was able to take control of my life. When I was able to take control of my life and realized how fucking easy it was to start doing the work, it just took consistency. Everything changed. But that was this is who I am. You don't have to fucking be here. You can leave. And that was my mindset for a long fucking time. But that wasn't just about borderline. That was about every facet of my life.
Continuing. Sorry if this is a bit long, but I'll start to wrap it up. Do either of you have any advice for me? Please don't sugarcoat it. Sometimes the truths we need to hear are the hardest truths. I love you guys, and I hope to one day write you an email of an amazing success story born out of all of this failure and pain. Have an amazing day and keep up the divine work.
What's your advice here?
So I'm going to say this, and people are going to hear it at face value and get super offended.
Fuck 'em.
Stop being lazy.
Ooh.
And when I say stop being lazy, I mean prioritize your mental health. Be excited that you have a job and an income versus I'm too good for this. Take control of your life, and it starts through action. Stop sitting on the couch and drinking. When you want to reach for a bottle, get up and go for a walk. Do something in your life that's not just sitting around and wallowing in your borderline. We also have BetterHelp. What is the code for BetterHelp?
It's just betterhelp.com/to-be-better.
Okay. You get 10% off. That might be worth checking out. When I did BetterHelp, it was $80 a week.
If you have any type of depressive anything, you shouldn't be drinking. It's as simple as that. Alcohol is a depressant. That's what it does. So if you're already a depressed person, drinking alcohol is going to make that worse. And if you get hungover and you take any type of NSAID, you have a 40% increase in depression because you drank the alcohol and now you're taking the NSAID, which increases depression. You're making yourself a whole lot fucking worse. To say that you have borderline and that knowing that you have done absolutely nothing to take care of it because you can't afford a therapist, there are free resources out there.
There are.
Self-help books are cheap. It may not be the therapy that you need, but you can buy a book for $20 or less that could completely change the way that you deal with your shit. So as you said, stop being lazy. If you don't like the way that your life is going, take control of your fucking life and do something about it. Stop making excuses. Quit saying I can't. That's a cop-out. You're looking for somebody to give you sympathy. I don't have that. Sympathy is not a thing for me. You have to take control of your existence. Find a job that you're overqualified for. Make it really fucking easy. Do your job in half the day and use the other half of the day while they're paying you on the clock to read books and do shit that you can do. Find a job where you have to drive most of the day and use that time to listen to audiobooks about borderline personality disorder, dialectic behavioral therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, cognitive processing therapy, I think is what the other one is, CPT, and start doing the things that you need to do to fix you. And you can do it while on the clock. If you're driving around for a job, say you work for like Napa Auto Parts, delivering fucking parts from store to store to store, you got a whole lot of free time while driving that you're getting paid that you can do other shit.
Yeah.
Get a job door dashing. And while you're door dashing, listening to audiobooks, listen to this podcast, do things that you can implement in your life to make your life better.
Hey guys, little quick interruption. If you're enjoying the content, please leave a like. And also don't forget to comment. We enjoy interacting with you guys and hearing your opinions, and it helps the algorithm.
It's also free to do. And if you really want to help make sure the show continues to do, hit the subscribe button and share the content across your social medias. It costs you nothing and it greatly helps the show. That puts us a little over an hour. I think we should wrap up, and then we have we can do one more episode. You got to leave at 2. So we have exactly 1 hour to do another episode. We can do a Friday episode where we just bang out some article stuff.
Okay.
With that being said, guys, remember you are the authors of your own life.
So grab a pen.
And we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.